Emergency management is the function of creating the framework with which communities lessen vulnerability to hazards and cope with disasters. Emergency management is surrounded around the four key phases: mitigation, to lessen the severity of disasters by educating the public; preparedness, getting the community ready to react appropriately if a disaster occurs; response, answering the disaster with life safety procedures and properly preservations; and finally, recovery, returning to the normal state economically and in good health and social services. FEMA is an agency of the United States Department of Homeland Security with a mission to provide support of citizens and first responders to come together and create, sustain, and improve our capability to prepare for, protect against, respond to, and recover from all natural and man-made disasters. Emergency management is an act of Federal Emergency Management Agency. The duties of the Federal Emergency Management Agency are surrounded around the four phases of emergency management: to prepare, respond, recover, and reducing the severity of the emergency. To create plans for communities to reduce the exposure of hazards is what the agency is for.
The Recovery Division is responsible for the public assistance program, individual assistance, and integration with our voluntary organizations. And of course, the whole community approach is about utilizing volunteer resources and those things not federal to respond and recover from disasters. Our job is to recover the public infrastructure, and that fits a couple of different categories. In the response phase, often it's emergency services and debris removal. We either reimburse for the emergency services or provide direct federal assistance by providing commodities and resources from other federal agencies.
Ready, 1, 2, 3.
Public infrastructure, meaning roads, buildings, bridges, those are usually the biggest of our projects. So individual assistance is to help reimburse things that are not covered by insurance for people's homes, individuals and families' homes, or other unmet needs. So the Recovery Division's goal is to help communities recover and become more resilient to future disasters.
The salary of working in emergency management varies depending on where and what you are working on. Whether you're working in the fire rescue or part of the Federal Emergency Management Agency, salaries can range anywhere from about $50,000 to $130,000. Like the salary, your working conditions can be anywhere from the scene of the actual disaster to working in an office environment. The criteria is purely based on the specific job in emergency management that you choose. Activities in emergency management positions can include are extremely varied and broad ranged depending on your particular positions. You can be performing fire safety precautions, such as simply putting out a fire, establishing incident command systems, physical and structural recovery tasks, restoring academic learning environments, etc. The activities performed in emergency management, whatever the positions, are all steps in creating safety plans. While researching my topic of interest, I learned not only about the ins and outs of emergency disaster management, but also how the product of it fits into everyone's everyday life. For one to fully understand the act of managing emergencies, you must learn the four key components: the products of emergency management, and the four steps taken to achieve the process protects human society from what may or may not be caused by the actions of U.S. citizens. In addition, I have also investigated the salaries, working conditions, and daily activities that are involved. The overall process of learning what is included in emergency disasters has also educated me on the next step that I will take in furthering my education and experience in the subject, including the role it plays in the Federal Emergency Management Agency.